All right, so it's getting close to about 10 o'clock in the morning here on the river, and as you can see, the sun is getting really bright. And what we found here is on the far side, you throwing naturals?
A little bit of
got
natural.
2 natural deluxe. You can look on the far side. Look where he casts. Go ahead, Mike. There is a shade line from those trees right there, right on the water, right on the far bank over there. And if you cast to that shade line, we're getting a lot of bites. Way over there, just like, holy. So that's been the key right now. When the sun comes up and it gets really hot, you can see I'm sweating like crazy. The humidity just came up, the sun came up. I had a sweatshirt on 2 hours ago. And all these fish have retreated from the middle of the river right over to that shade line. Just shows you, got to be in the right spot to catch those fish and have good bait. They're crushing the natural deluxe right about now.
Yeah. Just rolling down here. Hey, missing one. This one don't feel bad. He's digging.
Oh, that's a nice fish. Is it a rainbow?
Yep. It's out there on that shade line. Smoked it.
Have you seen it?
I don't know. He's cool enough. He's pretty decent.
Ooh.
Yeah.
No.
I caught him on the far side.
He's in heavy water.
Yeah, he was all the way over on that shade line.
How you doing, everyone? Ryan with Lackawaxon River Outfitters. We're on the Lackawaxon River today. Me and my brother do float fishing trips on our boats, 7-mile float. I'm here to talk about my setup today and what I do in here. We center pin a lot, and we use a lot of eggs, a lot of the premiums. And a lot of guys don't realize that the smaller trout do key in on smaller bags. Much smaller bags I tie with the fire hook. And they work good. They work really good. So that's my setup. That's what I use. Now I've been using the fire hooks lately. Love them. These are some sacks that, you could see tied up. Chartreuse, orange, pink. And the trout go crazy in them. Crazy for them in here, and they stay on the hook perfect. You can run a sack after, many drifts. So they're good.
Got him. These fish are so hang on that shade edge. It's weird.
All the way on that far shade line?
Far shade line. It's crazy. I mean, I think a few up in that middle, but as soon as I chop to that shade line,
A lot of rainbows too, huh?
straight bobber down. They're big too.
It stays nice and cold. In the boat, you can fish so much of it. The banks are kind of tight. It's kind of hard to find some spots, but in our boats, you can fish the whole entire river. It's excellent. They stock multiple species of trout. We got tigers, goldens, brook trout, brown trout, and rainbows in here. And they stock most of those except the tigers. But you can expect to see 5 different species, even 6 different species of trout in here. And that's what they stock, and they stock a lot, which is good. We like the stocking program PA's doing. It's been really good. So I got to give it out to those guys too. Really good stocking program.
That's a good fish.
Nice color.
Holy.
Nice color on that guy. Wow.
Wow.
Rainbow again.
Thank you.
It's not a bad rainbow.
No. It's a decent chunk, like they're catfish. Down low. In the hole. All right, as you see, we caught a lot of fish today, and hey, the main key was a size 14 fire hook and 2 favorite eggs. Natural deluxe, pink shrimp. Like I always say, you always gotta change up. We caught a bunch of fish on natural, switch to pink, catch fish on pink. Once it dies off, go back and forth. And Actually, I caught a bunch of fish on this method right here, doing a 2-egg combo, natural and pink. So size 14 fire hook. Now we're running these eggs today underneath the float, as you've seen. So what I'll do is I'll put the natural on, slide it up, then I'll take this pink shrimp, same thing. Just get one here, there we go. Just doing a little bit of eye candy down through there, you know, changing up baits can be a huge, huge key. Yeah, he's pretty nice.
It's a better fish. You can see the silhouette of it right there in the...
Nice fish.
Another rainbow?
Yeah, he's pretty decent. Ready, ready, ready. He's coming, he's coming, he's coming.
Oh, look at that chunk.
It's nice fish.
Oh, there we go. There we go.
Tuda. Just a beautiful, chunky bow. Hey, Natural Deluxe doing it again. Bobber down, fish on, send them home, let other people have some fun catching this beautiful rainbow. Double tapped it. See what we got. Shade line, like far shade line.
Ooh.
Rainbow. Usually when they flip like that, it's usually a rainbow. Solid fish.
Thank God it's in the mouth for you. Today's episode of Pautzke Outdoors comes to you from the Lackawaxon River here in northeast Pennsylvania, where we're fishing the Pocono Mountains, and we're on this system for the first time ever. Now, we had an interesting day planned today. The goal of fishing today was to go on a special float here with Lackawaxon River Outfitters. Unfortunately, they dropped the water to the point where their rafts, you see both of them right here, two beautiful rafts, neither one of them could make the entire 7-mile float we were going to do. So they said, guys, we have a private launch. Why don't you come up? We'll just stand on the bank and we'll try to catch some fish anyway. Then you guys can come back and fish with us in the fall. Now, sure enough, we did that. We've been wanting to fish this system absolutely forever. Now, this is a 31-mile long system. Starts up in the mountains here and ends up in the Delaware River. All we did was focus on roughly a 20-yard section, and we absolutely put a clinic on. Now, we're in the lower 8 miles of river. Talked to you about it, goes 31 miles long. We're about, we think 5 to 8 miles up from the Delaware River where it empties out into. We don't know exactly, we just know this is where they launched their boat. Again, we didn't get to go down the river simply because of water conditions, you know. There's rumors as to why the water was so low. We're going to stay away from those and just focus on the day that we had. Now, this entire episode was filmed in less than an hour and a half. Okay, they caught and released 3 dozen trout in that time. Now, all those fish came on 3 different baits, and most of them all were rainbow trout. Now, we do know that all the species are available here. We just caught a lot of rainbows. Now, you'll see a peach fireworm in this fish's mouth. These guys had never messed with the fireworms before. They were super impressed with peach, and they did very well on it. The majority of the fish, however, came on, you'll see Ryan and his brother Eric here, the 2 guys that run the 2 drift boats. Both these guys love fishing premium trout eggs tied in Atlas Mike spawn netting, and they put on a clinic doing it. Every fish Ryan caught today, and most of the ones Eric caught today, came on these. Now, as you know, Mikey is a Natural Deluxe fanatic. We couldn't get him to put the natties down. He didn't need to. He went through 1 and almost 2 jars of them in one spot, catching all these beautiful rainbows. Now, this is just an introduction of the lower Lackawaxon River. We're going to be back. We can't wait to come back because this water is beautiful. Those of you that have not been on this system, check it out. There's public access points all along the 31-mile long stretch, and they stock the heck out of this place. We sure can't wait to come back and go on a real drift with these guys and see what the river has in store. Pautzke products are available at sporting goods stores near you. If you can't find the specific color, size that you want, make sure to go to Pautzke.com. And as a thank you for watching Pautzke Outdoors, we're going to show you a coupon code to be used for 10% off your next order.